So we'll get right into it. You have a Barks root beer. Have you had a Sprite recently?
No, okay. This is being recorded before we do the IRL, but
Yeah.
I figured while the IRL I could attempt that challenge.
I was gonna say we could intercut. Do you want to give two reactions, assuming how you do? Like, wow, I can't believe in that video I did so well or so bad.
Take one. I completed the challenge. Well, that was the easiest challenge I ever did. I don't know why you thought that was going to be difficult, but good for me.
Dude, and I can't believe a pigeon flew into the window as you finished the challenge.
That's crazy. All right, take two. I failed the challenge. Shit! Damn it! God damn it!
I just don't understand.
Shit!
I just don't understand because the challenge was drink a medium no ice Sprite, and you got a gallon of Sprite.
I should have known better. Damn it!
I don't know why you had an ice cream sundae right before. I don't know what you thought that was gonna help.
It really messed me up. I really thought it was gonna be easy.
Anyway, so did you do any of the other options?
There was origami, and I forgot the other one.
It was hold hands with a statue.
Oh yeah,
like that's what everyone did. You know, last week everyone did pilk. This way it was statue.
I could probably do that one today too.
We could probably. There's a lot of gorilla statues.
There's a lot of gorillas.
I don't know if those count as hands. They count as like mitts.
That's the rule. He's much bigger in person.
We're holding hands. Challenge complete. Oh.
Good to see you, man.
Oh,
I have a prop. Vamp.
Okay. Vamp?
Vamp. Do you not know what the word vamp means?
Like vampire or bisexual?
To vamp. To yap.
Oh.
The kids call it yapping now. It was previously called vamping.
Oh, okay.
So, well, I'm here now, so I guess that was vamping. Okay. What color do you want?
Pink.
Okay, for the audio listeners, I have a very large whiteboard. Okay.
If you're on the highway and you're listening to this, go ahead and pull up the video version and watch.
Okay. What is our current score?
I have 1
You
point.
did pigeon, and then I immediately failed. So I want to introduce another aspect, which is you can get 3 points a week. So this gives me a chance to catch up. If I do all three options, I get 3 points that week. 2 point, 1 point, redfish, bluefish. But it is currently 1-0. I don't know how that's going to look on camera. I'll probably just put a graphic up if it looks like shit and remake it later. Teal picked a very light pink, which does not show up on camera at all. So the audio listeners are seeing the exact same thing. Is that? Oh, that's perfectly out of frame. I don't like to always comment that you're late, but I like to comment when you're 4 hours late. I think that's relevant.
My alarm did go off at a normal time, and then I said to myself, 20 more minutes, and I did that maybe 5 times, 6 times.
That's awesome.
I work every night and get home at 5 a.m., so my schedule is just completely bunked.
Okay.
So I'm like, if I can get up at 9 a.m., this is going to work out perfect. And, oof. Oof.
So as how many? Okay, I swear I'm going somewhere with these series of questions. How many car batteries have you changed?
That's not something you have to do.
No, I'm not saying you have to do. So I'm just asking. I'm not. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just asking you. How many car batteries, if any, have you changed?
You gonna make me do car maintenance on your car? Is that why I'm here?
My wife, after we film the pod, would like to, the mystery mobile we film videos in has a dead battery. We bought a battery. It needs changed. And I said, what if you taught Teal how to change a battery? And I filmed it as a little segment either for the pod or a Monday video. And she said, that's a great idea.
I'm gonna get electrocuted.
So yeah, we're really we're gonna do the Sprite. We're gonna do some other sort of content. You're not gonna get electrocuted. You have to really.
We could hook it up to my nipples.
We could hook it up to your nipples.
I've kind of always wanted to see what that would feel like.
I think you should start smaller, like connect a wire to like an outlet to you before you go straight to car battery. It's crazy how much liquid is in a car battery. Like, you wouldn't think, but when you carry a car battery, it's just you feel it sloshing around because there's just battery acid inside of it.
You're supposed to throw those in the ocean when you're done with them.
Yeah, that's why we have the Great Pacific Potion Patch, whatever it's fucking. Oh man, I had my mother-in-law had a garage sale the other day, and so I got a bunch of my old stream props and basically just random toys out of here. I've still got like 18 Nerf guns, but I had 3 less. And I had to give her my my action figure Donald Trump limousine voice activated collectible, which, to preface, I was gifted in 2006 when he was the guy that was in Home Alone that one time, and my aunt knew I liked Home Alone.
So she's like, hey, he's in Home Alone.
So it's been an eyesore deep in my closet in storage as I'm watching the value go up, obviously, because people are insane. And so I was finally like, give this to your mom. I don't care how much she sells it for. Because it got to a point where I can't be the one selling it, because then I have to go, I have this, and either somebody is judging me or they think I am with them, or so I just had to finally give it to her, and I went, figure that out, please and thank you.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like 90% sure that I'm going to die in a car.
I agree.
I genuinely think, from like how drowsy I get, that I'm going to die from falling asleep in a car. And the only thing is that I don't want to take someone with me.
Right.
Like, it's enough if I crash, but if I crash into a family and they die too, that's messed up. So I think they need to invent like a sensor in your car, and if it detects that you've like fallen asleep, it like makes the car explode.
I was thinking, have you seen how semis have that runoff area down hills where, like, if they get out of control, they need a suicide sleep lane, is what you're asking. You're like, dog, I'm not going to make it to the next exit, so I'm just going to pull off and careen off this ravine. You land in a bucket that they just empty once a month. They take care of that.
That or exploding, because it's like, because if it's just like an alarm that goes off, that's just annoying.
I think you look at cars like fast traveling a little too much, because when we were driving to the airport to go to Vegas, I had 2 issues. One, you got in the left lane to pass someone, and then you were in the left lane for 3 hours. It became so long where I was like, he has to know. And I feel like if I let him know, he'll be like, yeah, dumbass, of course I'm in the left lane. It's the fast lane, why wouldn't I be over here? I was like, he knows he's been over here too long. I tell him it doesn't help anything. And then
I wasn't in the left lane to speed. I was going the speed limit.
Yeah,
I just wanted to be in the left lane.
We got passed like 15 times on the right. And then the other thing was, a car crashed directly in front of us, and you didn't react until he was pulling back onto the road maniacally. You were like, what's he doing over there? I'm like, I watched him swerve down into the ditch, like roll the car, and then speed back up in front of us. And you're like, where'd he come from? That was when I realized you shouldn't have been the one driving. You were just so oblivious to this.
I was watching movies in my head.
Dude, I want to start some like local news man on the street thing here, because I just get angry like an old man about regular things, like whether it's the railroad tracks being too bumpy, or there's a road right here next to the college where I've counted 20 cars in a row with people with their phone like this, and I just want to sit there and film and commentate, and I feel like that has to be legal, and then just put it out and be like, can we stop doing this?
Can we cancel everybody who lives in my neighborhood?
Absolutely. People are just watching movies and sitcoms while they're driving now, and it's insane. It's so much.
Now, I do the same thing, but just the audio.
Yeah, that's fine. Because
you put on like a King of the Hill, you don't look at the screen, but from the audio you can imagine the episode. You can close your eyes for a little bit and see it unfolding.
We produce an audio podcast, and you think I can't comprehend what it's like to imagine the visuals.
Okay, imagine this.
A show, and you just hear it. Yeah, I would hope everyone in this room understands that concept.
It's not music, but you listen to it on the radio.
Sometimes there's plot developments. There might be a visual gag, but you'll kind of get the context from it. Yeah,
Why has no one ever thought of this?
I understand the concept, but thank you for running me through it. I almost got our first interviewer on the pod today, like our first special guest, and I fumbled so hard because I was
You're gonna let a guy into your house?
Yes, I was going to let a second man in my house outside of the previous one. I feel like I lucked out with the first one. I can have another man over. I don't have to ask wife about that one. No, there's a lot of quirky people in this town. Like I said, it's Midwest, but college town, so people from all walks of life come here every school year. And there's this guy that drives up and down Main Street constantly. He has his windows down. He has American flags out each window and a convertible. And he's just giving a peace sign like this out the driver's side window while he's driving. And I see him 18 times a day, and I think that's the kind of person I wish I could run into. Because, no, you want to ask him why. Because it's not, let me clarify, this isn't your yee lifted truck type situation. This is what you would assume on the surface level is just a person that just likes America and has the most neutral politics ever. If you asked AI to make that, like pre-2014. He's got this big, nice afro. He's always vibing, and I'm like, I need to hang out with this guy. I like to interact with people and figure them out. And so I see him all the time, and I'm door dashing one day, and people are being mean to me at an insane rate. And it's put me in that, okay, I will not be open to people for the next hour of my life. And I go into a Buffalo Wild Wings to get an order. And the moment I walk in, this kid with an afro walks up to me, and he shoves his phone in my face and goes, I have a YouTube. And I go, sorry, I'm Mormon, without missing a beat. Because I shut it down. And in such a stupid way that he knows I'm being a dick and just don't want to talk to him. I go, sorry, I'm Mormon. And then he goes to the guy behind me, and the guy goes, I've never heard of YouTube. So we both just have equally shitty lies that are like, please leave us alone. It's 9 o'clock at night. We're at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Was he just like auto playing a video on his phone?
It was his YouTube account.
Did you see names, subscribers,
so
anything?
So yes.
Oh no.
So I still don't know that it's him. I think it's because I'm not trying to make eye contact with the guy going, I have a YouTube, and shoving his phone in my face. And so I tell him I'm Mormon. I finally shut someone down. I'm not open to conversation or content. And he walks out, and I stall because I don't want to walk right behind him. And I walk out, and I see the American flag car, and I go, oh my God, he's here. And then I see him get in the car. And I realize I've completely shut down all opportunity.
Oh,
he's right there.
That's the guy.
I went home, I pulled up the YouTube account, his TikTok, his Instagram. It's just the shittiest audio over a bunch of anime video games and Madden or Lego Star Wars. There's all these glitch sounds. His TikTok, he posts 8 times a day. And it's him frantically filming his bedroom. And it either says, it's whatever game he's playing that moment. It says, have a Persona 5 day. Have a Ratchet and Clank Buoys 2 Adventure 3 day. And he's just constantly posting that. And then his Instagram says, just a man trying to break the cycle of money and kings through gaming content. And I blew him off.
Sounds like the greatest person who's ever lived.
Exactly. So now I've got to wait till he forgets I'm the guy that said, sorry, I'm Mormon. I refuse to look at your YouTube account. He has like 200 subscribers. Should I give the channel out or should I not? Here, I'll pull up the TikTok real quick, and we'll see. When you were driving here, you said you stopped for food. Did you stop for the bathroom at all?
Yes.
Was there any funny phone numbers on the bathroom stall? I don't know
No.
if we're making a weekly segment after Denver Bill.
I have coworkers listening to the podcast now, and one of them on break was listening, came back and was like, what happened when you called the number? I didn't get to finish that part. And I'm like, oh my God.
Fucking Denver Bill. Somebody on the subreddit made like a fan art recreation of Denver Bill's show. And they were like, I tried to watch Denver Bill, but he went to commercial right as I got there.
Okay, you have to put these on screen because holy shit.
So that one says have a rage week. I guess that is a video game. I thought he was just angry. But yeah, and then his description. He has a wife. He's like, me and my wife are loving growing this channel. It's our favorite thing we do. But I never see him growing the channel. I see him making those TikTok videos, never improving his audio, and then he's driving around town constantly promoting his YouTube. Clearly, is what's happening. And he's like, me and my wife love working on this project to break the cycle of kings and money. And I'm like, what does it mean? We could have had him. And he was the only person all day I blew off.
Oh my god.
I had tried so hard all day to interact with so many people, get the best out of people, and then I had had enough, and I blew off the one guy I've wanted to talk to for months.
He's going to recognize you as the Mormon.
Yeah, so I'm never going to shut down people again, no matter how mean they are. I'm going to be a pushover.
Oh.
I lost the opportunity. I told wife, and she goes, no. And she goes, is he still in there? I go, he left. And she goes, you need to call him and apologize, so that way you can make content with him. And I was like,
leave a comment on his most recent TikTok and be like, hey, it's me, the Mormon.
I wonder if you think, I wonder if he went home and he was like, I didn't realize Mormons don't watch YouTube. Did you know that? Like, I don't know how much I fucked up his day.
He's like, did he mean Amish? What did he mean
Yeah,
Mormon?
He's doing DoorDash. He can be at a Buffalo Wild Wings and watch football, but he can't subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I felt so bad.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we have been doing the weekly challenges, the what are my options. People were upset that I failed last week, but I feel it was important to develop.
You were in the woods.
It gave us the punishment. Yeah, I literally was down a car. My wife had the other car at work the 2 days we were home. So I was stuck here, and we were in the woods, and we filmed late. So, but also important development. Now we have punishments. We've got the points rather than figuring that out later. Have you thought more about my punishment, or are we sticking with the initial idea?
Shirts?
Yeah, shirts. Okay, yeah, you told me you were going to sit on it and come back to me and be like, all right, so January films, loser is shirtless for January.
I'm looking pretty good. I shaved my nipples today.
Have you ever shaved your nipples?
Occasionally.
Would you be willing to turn away from the camera and present me your shaved nipples?
I'm not going to show you. Listen, the chest, I keep what little chest hair I have, but the nipples specifically get really hairy, and I don't know why. So those had to go.
Why did they have to go if nobody's going to see them anyways? What is it irritating? Do you have like wiry nipple hair? Is it stabbing your nipples? Is it chafing? What's the issue?
I pick any of those you want. It's probably the best answer you can possibly get.
It's also weird. I can't imagine it. It just looks like a panda bear on your chest because there's all this hair and then there's two white patches in the center. It looks like an orca tattoo on your chest.
I'm just like, I need to make this look more normal, but I don't want to take away all the chest hair. So just
That's
the
fair.
nipples. So it's literally just...
Yeah, I think next year's challenge is we go bone bald because we'll have a full year and we can really up the stakes there. You can keep the eyebrows, but that's it. You have to go full face, head, body hair, arms, legs. We wax for the content. But that's far off. We're not there.
We gotta do lasers so it can never grow back.
That's the worst punishment ever. You wait. What if you get one half of your body lasered off?
And the other half is like growth supplements.
Yeah. You look like Harvey Two-Face everywhere you go, but you're disgusting. God. So yeah, we did the options. I gave out the option: hold a hand with a statue, chug a Sprite and don't burp, and do cool origami. And last week everyone did Pilk, so I was expecting the Sprite this week. No, they all drank Pilk last week. Everyone drank Pilk. It was kind of insane. This week everyone just took a photo with a statue and was so nice and polite, and just I got to see some cool statues in the subreddit this weekend. So that was, but I'm glad that they're above Sprite.
Did anybody do origami?
Galaxy did.
Nice.
Galaxy did a crab head origami. I think they just found a piece of paper that vaguely looks like a crab's head, and they went, "That's origami." I don't know if I could pull it up real quick. And so, yeah. So that was last week. Shout out to the subreddit r/whataremyoptions pod. Unless you're Carson, you won't get banned every time you post. So Teal, what do you have for me this week in the community?
3 challenges. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to be too difficult with it. What's something that won't result in death?
So, do you think that's origami? That piece of paper with vague pointy edges?
What the God? You just folded the corners.
Okay. Because I didn't know enough about origami. I don't think it's cool origami, which was the rule.
That's a crab?
That is a crab.
No crab has a leg on every side of its body. What the? It's fine. He did good. I'm proud of him.
I feel like the paper Minecraft chest behind it is better origami.
Yeah.
So what are my options, buddy?
I want to do something easy, like do a backflip, but
yeah, for sure. Let's really up the stakes.
We get a Reddit post saying from like somebody's parents, and they're like, "We regret to inform you."
It's just I show speed, and he's like, "This is why I've been doing backflips this whole time. This is because I knew one day my favorite pod would challenge me." Are you thinking these on the spot, or did you?
I forgot to think of 3 challenges.
We have 7 days between filmings, and all you have to do is think of 3 challenges every other week. You have to think of 3 things to do.
It's like we film it, and then I forget the challenges, and then the pod comes out, and I'm like, "Oh yeah," and then like 3 days later we film.
It's never been. It's always Tuesdays. We've almost never broken from Tuesdays.
Oh. All right, let's spitball. Let's
spitball.
Let's
talk
ideas.
spall.
All right, so there has to be like consuming. It seems like we have a consume,
a
create, or a social type of thing.
Yes.
Are we doing something spicy today?
I believe so. Yes, we're gonna. If you're down, we're gonna go to next town over and try the Popeyes Hot Ones meal.
All right, challenge number 1. Let's say, eat something spicy as shit.
Okay, so we're gonna get a guaranteed point this week.
Yeah, you'll get a guaranteed point. Okay, so it's like a freebie for you.
You just want to see the audience eat something spicy, really.
So show us the bottle, show us the label, something real hot.
Spiciest food eaten on camera gets. I'll give you an upvote.
Holy cow!
You can comment whatever you want on this episode, and I'll pin it. There you go.
So something real spicy. Feel the pain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say make something cool out of clay or Play-Doh.
I can't believe you said clay and how quickly you backtracked to Play-Doh.
Listen,
make something out of marble or Lego bricks.
Like modeling clay. You don't have to do that.
Who has access to modeling clay?
They sell it at the stores. You get the air dried, the oven dried. This is clay. It's like a brick of it for $3.
You know 5 kinds of clay, but you've never touched a car, man.
Make a goddamn snowman or a Dracula.
A snowman out of clay.
I do whatever you want. Make me out of clay. Make a gaming. Just take some clay and turn it into some shit.
Okay, so clay. Make a sculpture, basically.
Yeah.
Whether it's clay or Play-Doh. Probably Play-Doh. Bonus points for clay, I guess.
Sign up for a statue modeling class and ship it out.
God, remember, you have 2 weeks until you need to come up with 3 more options, so please be less panicky in 2 weeks. So, what's the social option then? We've got the food, we've got clay.
Okay, something that involves going out of your house.
Yeah.
And a person or a place.
Purchase clay.
Purchase some clay. Get a photo of a stranger's pet.
Stranger is a fun word there. Do they need to be a stranger when I take the photo, or can I say, "Hey, I don't know you. Your dog is cute. My wife likes dogs. Can I take a photo of your dog?" So, or do I have to stealthily from the bushes?
I think there's laws against taking photos of people without their permission, but the same like Air Bud rules apply, which is where animals are different.
Yes, I'm not worried about going to jail. I'm worried about the morals and ethics of filming someone's dog and them getting mad about
You see someone walking the dog and you're like, yes! And you whip out your phone and you snap photo of their dog and go running.
Like, that's crazy. All right, take a... That's insane. If you're on the subreddit and you do that one, I'm banning you. Do not do. I will do that one.
Get a photo of a stranger's pet.
There's just people in the wild approaching strangers and their various animals.
Any pet that does not belong to you personally.
And we'll know. We know which of you has pets and which of you do not have pets. That's such a crazy thing to enforce.
So, consume the spiciest thing you can find. If I see somebody do like a salsa verde, got a little one jalapeno on it, and they're like, "Ooh, spicy! I'm gonna kick your ass." Model something, Play-Doh, make a little guy. Dog.
And it can't be a wild animal. It has to be owned by someone that is irritated you're taking a photo of it.
Somebody submits a photo of a bear they found in the woods. I'm like, dumbass, that's nobody's pet. You lose.
They go to the circus and just take a photo of their bear. All right. Huh. Well, I don't have the camping excuse this time, so I really got to go all out there. I'm going to have to... I think what I'll do is I'll craft something out of clay, take a photo of it for posterity, then approach a stranger, and I shall trade them the statue for a photo of their dog. And then I'll be like, want to have this Da Bomb hot sauce with me while we're here? I think that's a really good idea. My friend told me about Airbud laws, so you're okay with this, I know. I don't know. It doesn't say a dog can't be president, so a dog can be president.
There's no law saying I can't
That's
take
my
a photo
favorite
of your dog.
way to interpret the laws. It doesn't say I can't do that, so what are you going to do about it, nerd?
Exactly.
Oh, the fair video came out. Did you watch the fair video?
I saw 3 minutes,
You saw 3 minutes.
and I'm like, I gotta watch this later.
Yeah. What do you think of the first 3 minutes?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. We went to the
What
fair.
was the glitch? I saw there was a glitch, but I didn't watch pre-glitch.
Okay, so this is super inside baseball. Nobody's going to find this interesting. When you film on an iPhone, which we don't typically do, so we don't run into this issue. When you film on iPhone, it films in HDR. Most editing programs, they default export via SDR. So it might look one way in the timeline and playback because it's still being viewed as HDR and playback. But once you export it, it converts it to SDR, which affects the color range allowed. What this means is, when it gets converted to SDR, it gets blown out like fucking crazy. So it looked like it had a 2004 Instagram filter on it. It was just super blown out. We were glowing, piss-colored white blobs. So we had to re-render that with some color corrections.
I thought maybe while we were filming in the bathroom that like my penis was on camera.
No,
And we had to cut that out.
Did we film in the bathroom? My wife had the phone. There.
What would you do if you were in the bathroom and somebody started vlogging from inside the bathroom?
Well, yeah, my favorite is when the cameraman goes in after Dr. Disrespect in the bathroom. Have you seen the clip where then the doc pokes his head up over the stall and there's just people with their dicks out walking around and he's like, this is acceptable.
If I heard someone vlogging, I would shit as hard as I could. I would force everything out of my body.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you in a men's restroom? I feel like people are going to be like, I have worse. We're going to keep it light here.
In
obviously.
the comments below, write the worst thing that has happened to you in a restroom.
With the yeah, I realize I'm asking lighthearted, but then I remembered men are terrible and men's bathrooms are disgusting.
Bathroom I went to today, no paper towels.
No paper towels.
Yeah, I was icky, had to wipe it on my
I had
skin.
my first time a couple weeks ago. I had the unfortunate thing, me and a guy are pooping next to each other in the stalls, and he goes, hey, buddy. And I go, you have to yeah? And he goes, I'm out of toilet paper over here. You want to hook a brother up? And so then I have that awkward thing where I have to start widening toilet paper, and I don't want to give him too much, but I don't want to give him too little, because I don't want to do this twice. And so I give him way too much. I give him like half my roll of toilet paper. And then I slide in and he goes, thanks, homie, you're the best. And then I just, again, force everything out of my body because I hear him wrapping up at the same time. And I'm like, if we have to face each other after this, I'll hate everything. So I fly out of there, drive the shit out of my ass, and sprint out. And I just tell wife, I'm like, we have to go somewhere else. I can't see who comes out of there.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the point of the video where we've gone to the poop talk.
No!
Again. We lasted a little longer than usual, but yeah, you know, it was going to come up eventually.
Our frequency's gone down, though. Our frequency has certainly gone down, and I think that's a good thing.
Have you ever had a poop standoff?
What's a poop standoff?
Where you and the guy in the stall, and it's clear that, like, both people are waiting for the other person to go before they release the shit, and then it's just like an endless nobody's shitting.
I've recently turned 85 years old. When I tell you I'm whipping my dick out at the urinal right next to another man, I am blowing up the toilet. I have no shame in a public restroom anymore. I don't care if it's a Shell gas station or the Ritz-Carlton. I'm doing my business. I'm going to be the old man at the water park locker room that's just walking around with his saggy just balls hanging out, just slapping around at eye level. That's where I'm already at 28.
I at my work, if somebody's in the stall next to me, I will wait.
Yeah?
I just want to be polite.
I think...
But then I feel weird because then they're shitting and I'm just there like, it'll be done eventually.
Yeah, you're just hanging out a little too much. I mean, I've had one time at a courthouse. I was there for their DMV because that's where it is here. And the man next to me just started, and I know it wasn't a bit because he was like in his 60s, just started blasting porn on his phone, no earbuds. Maybe it's his strat to get privacy in the bathroom, but once again, forced all the poop out of me at an unhealthy rate, wiped, and got the hell out of there.
He's like, I don't want to be gross and somebody hears me poop and I'll cover the sound.
with pornography. Everyone knows that's the best way to do it.
Talk about something real quick.
Okay, I'm going to do the vamp word. Teal is in the bathroom.
Not pooping.
He's not pooping. He's grabbing some toilet paper. He's blowing his nose. You can probably hear it, honestly. The audio listeners. But anyway, to get on to my topic, which was worst thing that's ever happened in a men's bathroom. This is classic. You're at a high school football game. You have to use the stall, and this is when you're most fearful of being in public with your penis out. And just these seniors came in, and they kicked the stall door in. And I was just sitting there, just half pooping. And it's one of those stalls where the door is 3 feet in front of me, so I can't reach it to close it. So people are walking by while I'm pooping. And the worst part was they kicked the door.
All right, I'm back. Start over.
They kicked the door in, and they went, "What the fuck, man?" to me. They're like, "Why didn't you lock it better?" Because they were just banging on every door like dickheads. And of course, mine, like the lock broke when they did it, and they were like, "Whoa, dude, weird!" And it really messed me up. And so for like a decade, I didn't use public restrooms for a while. Because I was like, well, that sucks a lot for me. Don't care for that. And then another time in high school, I had a Steelers jersey. And a guy kicked in the bathroom stall door. Walks in and goes, fuck his 6 Steelers jersey, man. Love Ben Roethlisberger. And he looks and goes, oh, it's screen printed. It's not even real. And then he left. One of the weirdest interactions I've ever had with a human being. Like I thought I was being bullied at first, but he was just like a big Steelers fan saw another Steelers fan. He was like, nah, and then he left. He followed me into the stall, and he's like, I got to get a load of this. So, anything like that in your bathroom experiences?
I actually avoided public restrooms completely until like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
After I had, like, I'm pretty sure I had a UTI. I don't know, something with my dingling, I don't know. But I never went and had it checked out. I'm like, this will probably just go away eventually. And either something went wrong with my bladder or my kidneys, or maybe it's just because I'm in my 30s, but now I have to pee more.
Yeah.
I used to be able to go a whole day, and it was like, you pee when you wake up, you go when you wake up, and you go before bed. And everything in between is just like the wait time, but I can't do that anymore.
How often do you pee now? A day?
Too much.
Too much, Sam. I've been seeing a doctor. It's what I do now. I go to the doctor, I go, I pee too much. And they go, no, you don't. And I go, I pee 16 times a day. And they go, that's a lot. And I go, yeah, I know.
Yeah, dumbass.
That shit was crazy. And so they did all these tests, and they were like, I think you just have a shitty bladder, man. Get out of here. And I was like, I've been told 16 is like triple the amount you're supposed to pee a day.
I think I have a like a gas in the tank issue. Like,
where the gas in your body pushes on the bladder.
I mean like a whatever, like when you get full bladder and your body's like piss.
Yes.
But it happens when I like barely have any, because I'll go to the bathroom and it's like barely nothing, and I'm like, I felt like I was about to pee myself.
I've never felt so seen. When me and wife road trip, which is a lot, like when we just went down to Oklahoma State Fair, we have to stop once an hour for me to pee. And the days where I know I'm traveling, I dehydrate. I just like go like, I guess I can't drink anything because we're gonna stop too much. And so yeah, we'll be on the road for an hour, and I go, I'm about to bust at the seams, pull over at this shady gas station. I go in, and like 3 drops come out, and I'm like, and then I go back and sit in the car. No, same thing. If there's anything in the tank, I'm like, it's basically full at this point.
If anybody under the age of 24 is listening to this is your future. Sorry, bud.
I don't think we're the average 30-year-old.
Yeah, no, there's probably someone double our age who's like, damn, those guys are messed up.
Yeah. I think our fathers probably pee less than we do, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think next year we get dual prostate exams to figure this out. We get colonoscopies
on camera, of course.
On camera, of course. You know, we'll blur the hole. Obviously, we wouldn't want to show a hole on YouTube. I don't want to get too into it, but we got an email saying, "What's the angriest you've been from Bassinger?" And my immediate thought was my first job at Dairy Queen. What was your first job?
My first job was warehouse.
What did you do in the warehouse?
I lifted boxes for 12 hours.
I thought you just helped people locate houses.
Shut up. I lost a lot of weight.
Because the angriest I ever got in my life was at Dairy Queen, because it's not the hardest job, but the higher ups are mean to you, the coworkers are mean to you. And I was a middle manager, so I was getting shit from both ends, and then you have to deal with all of the asshole customers exclusively. And I just had men try to punch me over the price of an ice cream cone, which is adorable, and especially because like workman's comp exists, so I would just be like, all right, sorry, buddy, and they'd be like vibrating and threatening me, and I'm like, I would love to be punched over ice cream right now. I can't tell you what that would do for my day. I can't picture. I mean, I've seen you angry.
I only get angry on the road where nobody can hear me. In person, I'm too nice. And if somebody's mean, I just kind of laugh at them because I think the act of being mean is funny.
I think an important part of development of this podcast, have I ever made you angry then?
No.
I don't like that, no.
No.
That no's pissing me off, you piece of
no.
shit.
I get, like, stream mad.
Yeah.
But, like, actively, it's only on, like, the road when, like, people are making me late because they're being stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get pointed for it. Like, that's what makes me mad. When I leave work, I sleep in as late as I can, and I leave work in a way that I give myself a 1-minute gap of time so I can leave as late as possible, and I'm like, I'm going to get there smoothly. But then there's one asshole on the road who slows my drive down 1 minute.
Oh, you're mad.
And I want him to crash and explode in a fiery death because that 1 minute that I gave myself, and he ruined it. He took it from me. And then I'm late to work. Son of a bitch.
Do you think it's possible that that's partially your fault?
No, it's not my fault at all. There's nothing in that scenario that's my fault.
Even if it's not an asshole driver, it could be bad weather. It could be there's some debris in the road. It could be like a car crash happened and nobody was at fault, just the vehicle malfunctioned.
Then that ain't my fault.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's your but you're going to be angry that you're late for work, yes?
Yeah.
Right. Whose fault is it that you're late for work?
If it's a car crash, then it's the stupid drivers. If it's debris, then it's some stupid guy littering. And if it's the weather, then I don't know, God?
This is also
what an asshole.
Because I've been in the car with you on numerous occasions, and you're scatting to jazz music. You're listening to K-pop. You're lackadaisically in the wrong lane for 4 hours.
When I'm in the car, that's my happy place. It's like the only time I listen to music. The world is gone. I'm in a happy place. My mind is safe. I'm happiest in the car, but the drive to work is when I am at my most one straw, will drive me crazy. And in Oklahoma, everybody is just wrong.
That was powerful.
Everybody drives wrong, and they act wrong, and they go 5 miles below the speed limit for no reason.
I would like to apologize. Me and my wife were just down there, and we were going 5 miles.
You son of a bitch!
Listen, when you get to Oklahoma City, the toll roads are like 95 miles an hour, and we're here in old Kansas where it's 70, and we're not used to going Mach 5 to go to fucking McDonald's and careening through traffic.
There's like a red light right outside my work, and it's one of those you can turn right, and I have to turn right. And there was a guy, and it was a green light, and he slowed down and stopped and let it turn red, and then he didn't have to turn right. He just sat there for 3 minutes. I'm behind him. I'm saying swears. 3 swears.
What are
maybe 4.
What are the 3 swears? So hold on. No. Okay. I'm the guy in front of you. We did great improv last week. I think we should definitely keep doing that. So you're doo-wopping back there. Yep, honey, I gotta get off the phone with you. This light's gonna turn red soon, and it takes all my faculties to stop in time. I know a lot of people get annoyed if you slow down before it turns even yellow, but the brakes are going bad, and that's on me, and I gotta change. Oh yeah, it's red. Boy, this guy is right on my ass. He is. Boy, did he not see it turn yellow? Did he not see my brake
So we don't
lights?
get noise complaints, I will do this as calmly as possible. Bitch. Bitch. Ass. Damn you. Damn you, bitch ass. God damn it. You son of a bitch. God damn it. You've ruined everything. It's over.
Yeah, honey, I think Gilligan's Island will come on next season.
Oh, damn you.
Honey, can you turn right on red in Oklahoma? Can you turn right on red in Oklahoma? Hey, Siri.
I hope you break your legs.
Can you turn right on
just
red?
Turn right. Can
in
you
Oklahoma?
Just go right? Oh,
Does there need to be a
right
special
there.
red light?
I was
or...
right there, you bitch.
It's green. I think I'll go this time.
Beep.
Yeah. He doesn't have his blinker on, so you're pissed that he's not going straight, right? Because he could have made it. But then he turns right, and he intended on turning. Never had his blinker, so now you're pissed for a whole new reason. And then it's one of those where if you turn right, there's 2 lanes, and he turns right, and he goes to the far left lane. He cuts off this turning left traffic here. His name, Saddam Hussein.
I had that happen one time, and I was so, genuinely so upset. It ruined everything. I'm like, I can't be at work today. I went home. I went into work. 30 minutes later, I went home. I'm like, I'm going to get fired. I'm just going home. But then on my drive home, when I have nothing to worry about, I'm just scatting a jazz, and I'm happy as can be, because that's the only thing that upsets me.
Because it doesn't matter when you get home. You're like, yeah, we could slow it down a little bit. And now you're the guy slowing down other people from getting to their jobs.
Exactly. When I'm going home, I could get in traffic for 3 hours, and I will not be upset. Yeah. It's just the way to work.
So if you just... Do you think the trade-off of getting out of bed 10 minutes earlier would be worth the reduced amount of rage and stress going to work?
I would rather die than have to wake up 10 minutes earlier when if everybody just drives normal, we would have nothing to worry about. Now I'm mad.
Audio listeners, you can't see it. He is practically shaking. I did not...
You brought back some memories. I'm just real mad.
I was wondering where that would go, and that got so real so fast.
Oh. So, my old job, it's like you're late and your points don't fall off for a year.
Did your job or school ever have that dumb rule? They were like, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
I've seen people do that, and that's stupid.
Yeah, it could be firebombed a little bit. I don't think it'd be that crazy.
I don't think I've ever been early to anything in my life.
No, you have not. No, we were... no, actually, we tried to be early to our flight, and we were late to our flight. That was a very close one, both of them. Luckily, when we were leaving Vegas, I think it got delayed at the last minute.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
I didn't. I don't know any of the emails. Did we get more than one?
Okay. Sorry, I shouldn't pre-read these, but I can always cut it if it's bad. It's the glory of editing this podcast. Hi, Tre and Kyle. I mean Teal and Son. Stick to real names or usernames.
Just put a hard cut there, and we're not on the phone anymore. We're like, wow, no emails this week.
So it's a red light, and he's turning right. We're back on it. We clearly got sidetracked. I have a question. If you had been born the opposite gender of what you came out as, what would your name have been? So what's our lady names? Mine would be Crimson Alexis.
That's bad.
The Chen Wonder. So that sucks ass. Okay.
The obvious is like Kylie, and Kylina, Kaylee, Kalina. But I would want a cool girl name.
I've always said Tracy. That feels so easy for me. And also, Tracy's seem cool, and I've never met a Tracy. But...
I hate Tracy's.
Okay, why?
That's a stupid name.
Are there any other names you hate just when you hear it? You're like, they probably suck. Ricky for me. Ricky can fucking scorch. I immediately just pictured the idea of a Ricky in my head, and it pissed me off. He works at his dad's mechanic shop, but it's just the front desk. He has the gauges in his ears. He's been working at Taco Bell for 7 years, but it still takes 20 minutes for him to make a chalupa. He has a nose piercing, but not where you think a nose piercing should go. And he roots for the Lakers, but only when it's off season.
Damn. Really any name that ends in E.
Oh.
Tommy, Johnny, Becky.
Oh, Johnny's cool. Tommy's cool. Tommy boy.
Anything that just E. It's just.
I mean, a lot of those new names like Brayley and like that kind of stuff. I hear you with. I'll go out there. I'll say Alexis because I think you have to be stripper hot if your name is Alexis, and I feel like that would really set me apart from the other gals. What about you? If you had to go away from the Kylies and the simple ones. Becky? You immediately go to an E name, which you just said you hate.
I know, damn it!
What are you, Becky with a fatty? That's a good song. What would your stripper name be, then? Let's
Chesty LaRue.
Chesty LaRue. Is
Yes.
this something you've thought about? You came real quick with that, or did you just feel that?
Took me 2 minutes to think of a woman's name, but the second you asked for a stripper name, I had one ready to go.
Chesty LaRue. Okay, here we have from Galaxy, one of our European viewers. Oi, bruv, thanks for the show. They wrote it like this, so I have to say it. Oi, bruv, it sounds like your Trump impression, which one of our editors, Ethan, said your Trump sounds like Mr. Crocker. Which I couldn't pinpoint at the time.
Turner!
You sounded more like Trump doing when you did a Mr. Crocker. You sound like Trump doing a Mr. Crocker now.
Turner! We gotta get these fairies out of the country!
Little whimsy Timmy, we call them. These That's gonna be the clip at the end, just out of context. We gotta get the fairies out, folks. I think it's a real quote, actually. That's crazy. Oh, oi, bro. I would love Jorgen von Strangle, but he's Donald Trump. Chicago, we're gonna scramble the fairies. I like to scramble them.
Editor, anytime we start doing impressions, put a timestamp up that they can click to skip it every week. Like, just say they're doing it again and have the timestamp.
Commenters, let people know this is the beginning of the improv and impressions arc. Let them know what it is. Alright, I have to go back to this impersonation. Oi, bruv, thanks for the show. It's honestly great to have a podcast to listen to at college. Now I need your help for a dilemma. I've come to realize I want to make a stupid, probably 5-hour-long video about some random Minecraft roleplay series because it'd be funny, but I also have so much work to do for college. should I work on my dream video or do stupid game design work? Thanks for your whatever your answer is, Trey. You didn't say thank you to you.
Damn.
So does he make the 5-hour passion project Minecraft roleplay series or do game design work for college? I feel like that's...
I think most important is focus on your schoolwork, but there will be random nights where you get that, like, bolt of, like, inspiration.
It's like
creative.
in The Simpsons at church when the God light, like, hits the grandpa. He starts yelling about you, but when the light hits you...
And then you're just, like, you're just in it, and you can create, and before you know it, you'll have, like, 2 hours. Because there'll be nights where you're, like, trying to work on it, and you'll get, like, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and you're putting off work, and you're getting nothing. And then there'll be a night when you're free of your work, and you'll get that beam of light, and then before you know it, 2 hours. So I'd say focus on your schoolwork, wait for that inspiration. When it hits, create hard.
It's the realest advice you've given on this podcast in 7 episodes now. I think this is episode
Don't
7.
do either. Go get bitches. Hit the clubs and get some bitches.
Find Chesty Leroy.
Yeah, go find Chesty. She's out there.
Jesus. I mean, yeah, that is the... So, I don't even remember what the fuck I was going to say. Yeah, do the important, responsible thing, and then when inspiration, creativity strikes, you go ham. Because here's the thing, when it strikes, you're also crazy efficient. It flies by. So force the nerd serious stuff, and then when creativity is just like oozing, it's like, all right, I can, because you've worked but you could do both if you said, you know. Did you go to college?
No.
Okay, but I just love the audacity of focus on school. And were you going to go to college? Was there anything you wanted with college, or was
I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay? What happened? Why did you want to be a lawyer in the first place?
Shit costs money.
Right. Why did you want to be a lawyer in the first place, though?
Well, I just saw the criminal system, and I thought law was so interesting, and I played a bunch of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and I'm like, damn, I'm really good at this. I could be a lawyer.
If you keep playing with things, I'm going to have to keep removing the sound of you. You just love to play and fidget on the fucking...
If something's in front of me, I'm playing with it. I'm sorry.
I know. I'll get you a fidget cube next time. You just keep making all these little noises right next to the mic. I'm sorry to the people in their car who drove into oncoming traffic, begging him to stop. So, define the criminal system, you called it.
Like, you gotta have evidence.
Yeah.
Like, they just won't believe what I say. Like, that's crazy.
So... Oh, so you don't want to be a lawyer, you want to be a prosecuting attorney.
I want to be a defense attorney.
If you're okay, then you don't need evidence. The evidence is
preferably
less evidence the better.
The less evidence the better.
Clean slate. I was gonna say I got So you wanted to be a lawyer. Does that make it through high school? Do you apply to schools?
High school, we had mock trial, which was like...
Were you like, what are you, a judge or something?
It's like debate club, but it's literally like you can sign up and just be like a witness for like acting, and then you can sign up, be prosecutor, defense. You get like fake evidence, fake trial. You have to do fake interviews, and then you go and you do it in front of a real judge. And then the judge tells you how you did, and he picks out his favorite. I won in Oklahoma. It wasn't like statewide, but it was in my area. I won Best Defense Attorney 4 years in a row.
Ooh.
He said I was going to be an amazing defense attorney, one of the best he'd seen. He said, whatever you do not give up on it. We need people like you. And I said, Judge, I will become a lawyer, I promise. And then I got out of high school, and I'm like, it costs money? Screw that. I'm gonna go play video games on YouTube.
What's your favorite law?
What's a law?
What were you arguing? Whether or not ice cream should be free or something? Like, what case were you overseeing?
We were doing murders and thefts and
Yeah.
But you gotta like cross-examine it where they're like, I wasn't at the scene of the crime, and I'm like, yeah, you were, and they're like, nuh-uh.
That's not what cross-examination is at all. Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Better Call Saul got it all wrong with their stupid questions, trying to get to the bottom of things.
Man, I would have been the best lawyer.
I was similar. Freshman year, I heard about a company called Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter and watched all their Let's Plays. And on their website, it said, we need editors. You got to have this degree. So freshman year, I immediately went, oh, I'm going to bank all of my high school experience towards getting that degree whenever I get out and get to college. Because surely that job and company will still be there. Because I just wanted to work there in any capacity. And so, I mean, I did that. I did graphic design. I worked for the radio station. I did some broadcast. Was in media tech. Made some, and I was like, wow, I'm going to work in movies and do editing. And then I found that I hated fucking editing so bad. And I graduated high school. I got accepted into the Art Institute of Kansas City. I went through. It was happening, and I was like, nah. I got right there, and I went, because all the creators that I watch are like, I didn't go to college. I'm like, well, that'll work for me then. That seems to be the mathematical way. Because what I told myself, and in hindsight, very stupid, but I told myself, because I was so confident, and you have to be stupidly confident to, and have an ego to do this, where you go, I'm going to point a camera and people want to hear what I have to say. But I told myself, I was like, in 4 years, I could be done with college and be in debt, or I could already be famous and have money. And 4 years after that, I had been streaming for a year on Twitch and worked at Little Caesars, so it worked out.
It feels like going in for like editing and filming and all that stuff is way different from like the 30s to the early 2000s versus like now.
Oh yeah,
when everything is just so easy to access
Pirate
and
Bay,
work with.
YouTube tutorials. Yeah, say the main thing that you go to those kinds of schools for is for the connections that you might not otherwise get, obviously. But yeah, no, I very quickly, right at the end of senior year, I go, I fucking hate editing. It's my least favorite thing. Even now, I try to pay people to edit. I avoid it. That's why I got so into Twitch, is I was like, I can just be live and not have to edit anything. That's awesome. Because by then I'd done radio and I knew OBS and all the tools. And I was like, I'm just going to do that. And now I'm back to YouTube editing a podcast. You just got to follow it. So, like, what did you have to, like, tell your parents you weren't going to college? Or did they assume you weren't going to college? What was that?
My senior year of high school, I did the thing where I, like, only had to do 4 high school classes a day.
Okay.
And then the other half was, like, online college classes. And the idea is that it would all transfer and then I could go to the college itself. And I was just doing a community college. I'm like, yeah, we'll move around with it. And
Yeah.
my brother went to college.
Yeah.
He's doing jobs.
What does your brother do for work?
He does the house.
Like builds houses, sells houses.
He's near one.
He's near a house.
He's near a house.
That's really cool. That's awesome, man. Let me get to the next email before we run out of your brother lives near a house content. The steam out of the sails. Sorry for asking about your brother's job. What a piece of shit I am. This is Carson. Hey guys, hope this email... You're so tickled.
I called my brother. I'm like, what do you do? He's like, just tell him I'm near a house. I'm like, all right.
God. Me and a friend were talking to each other about what hypothetically could be behind a fridge. It's a truly wondrous place behind a fridge, and the possibilities are endless. I was hoping you could help us narrow it down. What are our options for what's behind the fridge?
I'm gonna kick his ass.
What the fuck would be behind it? I read that and I went, do people have large gaps behind? My fridge is in the wall, basically. It couldn't be further back. I don't know what would be back there. What's behind your fridge?
You son of a bitch, you pissed in a corner.
bring what? I said, what's behind your fridge? I'm not insinuating you pissed or shit behind it.
Well, what if I do?
A toy.
What if I do?
Maybe you do, so tell me about it on our podcast. Why do you get... So my brother has a job. I won't tell you what it is. What's behind your fridge? Can't tell you. You have a piss corner. Wait, God, it's not no, but it's yes and.
There's not nothing. There's could be anything. Piss. Let's not rule it out.
You think, okay, that's an answer. Don't yell at me.
I don't piss behind my fridge.
I just read somebody's email and got a text for my piss corner for some reason. Okay, there could be anything behind your fridge. There's nothing behind my fridge. Because I'm no longer a child who pisses in a corner. I thought like a potato chip, maybe a fridge magnet that slid under there, but you went right to probably piss. Talk about kissing bugs, says Bez. No. We did the rice purity test last week, and it inspired a lot of our audience to do it themselves. And for
a lot of my audience is a slut.
I was going to say the opposite. For those of you that don't know, on the rice purity test, if you score really highly, it means you're very pure. If you score very lowly, it means, as Teal said,
slut.
Yeah, basically. So I had to score. I actually redid it after the pod and got 23.
Skank.
You got 49, which shocked a lot of the audience. They were trying to figure out which things you had done because they were like, this implies this. This implies this. Like with the whiteboards. Anyway, so the audience did it, and they all either were in the 90s or in the teens. Which
it's crazy to me, 90s, because like the first few questions were like, have you ever seen a woman?
Yeah.
Have you been within 5 feet of a woman? Have you ever touched a woman like on the arm?
Like, and the other thing, the people in the 95s were being like judgmental, and I was like, I feel like it's weirder to be way too high on there than way too low on there. It's like, go out and make a mistake of some kind. Because, yeah, it's like, have you ever existed? Have you breathed air? Have you done a silly little plank? But anyway.
Once again, that's not a game you can win. You don't want to get 0, because eventually it gets into, like, incest
and bestiality, which is why I brought this up. Some people in the audience are arguing your score should be 48 because of bestiality.
I mean, technically, but not...
Do you want to tell the listeners who don't know why you just said technically to that?
I didn't consent to that.
Oh, okay. Do you think the ant did?
Do I have to tell the ant story?
I feel like you should. If you have an ant story that's prompted by the question of bestiality, I think you legally have to tell it into a microphone whenever you can.
Oh my god, they've had me tell this story so much. This is the worst story ever. No human being should know this story. I woke up. God damn it. I woke up. This was like, I don't know, middle school. I was pretty young. I don't remember. I woke up and I'm like, damn, something weird going on with my penis. Like, why does it feel like this? And I look and... Okay, so if you've never seen a penis, imagine like a cave, all right? And there's a cave, and the entry to the cave is like really small. And imagine like a person trying to like get into that little crevice to get in the cave. Okay, now imagine the person is an ant, and the cave is my dick. So an ant, for some reason, I don't know, had gotten in there and was like, oh cool, a cave, and tried crawling into my penis and got stuck. So it was like halfway in there. I wake up, I'm freaking out. There's an ant in my penis. I tell my parents, and they don't seem that concerned. They're like, go to the bathroom. Like, get it out. And I'm like, but then he'll die. Like, I was trying to, ethically...
cleanse this ant.
Ethically get this ant out of there, because he's got to be as scared as I am. And,
How'd you get the ant out in the end?
You're implying I didn't just like welcome him in, and I'm just like, welcome, buddy.
No, yeah, I would hope he's no
enjoy
longer
your stay.
Yeah, you're peeing 16 times a day now. I'd hope he's still not sitting there getting golden showered.
He got the Finding Nemo toilet treatment, and and I feel bad about it to this day. Just a terrible experience.
Yeah, how do you think he felt? Do you want to RP? I'm the ant. You're the peanut. I think we gotta do more improv. So the ant's in a red light.
It's just like it was enough to wake me up, but like he was trying, and why did he do that? Why did he do that?
Thank goodness it didn't awaken anything in you, like sounding or anything like that.
So now everybody says I banged an ant, but that's...
I think the ant banged you. Do you not like that either?
Oh.
If an ant banged a person, how would they do it?
I assume like a dog humping a leg. It kind of just like...
Oh.
It just kind of tries.
I want to...
That poor ant.
Oh, I can't
Should have bought me dinner first.
I guess I can share this. It'll give you a heads up. I found, speedrun.com. Everyone shares their speedruns of various categories and video games, and occasionally there's some silliness.
Okay.
So there's a video game called Pringles. There's a Pringles branded video game. And I didn't know this, so I looked it up. It came out in 2009. And it has different categories. You can do individual level. You can do the full run. It has an IRL category, which is speedrunning how fast you eat an entire tin of Pringles. What do you think the record is for an entire tin of Pringles?
13 seconds.
Okay, that's really low. It's 26 seconds.
Damn.
I was saying,
I could do 13 seconds.
I was saying one of my future options is going to be you have to attempt this speedrunning at sub 1 minute.
Sub 1 minute?
Now, it has tech to it to get to that 26 seconds.
Do you smash and snort?
No. What you do is you put a ton of water in your mouth. You have a water bottle. And the time starts the moment you rip the seal, obviously. You pop the top. You immediately grab a handful of chips, shove in your mouth. While you're chewing, you dump the rest of your water into the tin. You grab a mortar and pestle, and you chisel them into a pulpy, wet chip dust that you then drink straight out of the can. And so I figured you could attempt this not this week, but in the future. I was fascinated by it. The record was set 4 years ago, so this guy has set the standard. This guy's named Eric. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna put this up on screen for you. Oh, it's just a little tin?
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that. I thought it was one of these.
We could attempt this tonight then if you really want to. So see, he's got the water. Good seal. You've got to have a good seal.
Good seal.
Tab ready.
Just got to prep the tab. I love how serious.
Can you
every
imagine
speedrun is.
beating this guy's record and he DMs you and he's like, "You asshole! I held that record for 4 years."
Oh, I hope he's still attempting to beat his own record constantly, just in case.
It's like it can't be done.
So yeah, he drinks the water. There's a large amount of water, a Pringles-sized amount of water.
I was just taking a sip there.
He's just taking a sip there. Okay, now he's prepping the landing zone. Oh, he's got to really get the water in there because it's just like Nathan's hot dogs. You got to soak it. He's got the timer ready.
He reset the timer, man. He's been trying this.
Yes. So already, then he puts the crusher in there. And then just pounds. Goes back for the water to sludge it up. I think you could beat this record. I think I could beat this record. Now that I'm rewatching it with you. 26-22. What do you think ideally, like your first attempt, no practice, just trying to emulate, what time do you think you get?
9 minutes.
You went from so confident to so unconfident so fast. I think I could get sub 1 minute. I think sub 1 minute is quite achievable for it's the little half 10 with what, like probably 50 chips in it, I would guess.
Any speed eating challenge where the strat is turn it into mush. Watching a hot dog eating contest where they're just like dunking them and like drinking them, it like makes me nauseous.
We check something important.
Well, I was checking my bookmarks to see if anything crazy had happened.
Oh, okay.
Simpsons got a new movie. I bookmarked that. Simpsons got a new movie coming out. New movie.
Welcome to the newest segment, Teal's Weekly Bookmarks. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Boom.
I'm on the Twitter. Simpsons got a new movie. Jesus is coming to Fortnite.
Hell yeah.
Look at this. They posted this. You can put this up on screen. It's the Fortnite posted this. It's a cup of water, and the guy takes it, and then he puts it back.
It's Kool-Aid.
He turned water to wine.
Oh.
Water to wine. Jesus in Fortnite.
Jesus did that. Is that the only announcement they put out and people are
Jesus did that.
Thank God Jesus made Fortnite so Fortnite could add Jesus to Fortnite. Any other epic bookmarks you want to... Any crazy releases?
I can keep talking about Fortnite.
Do you remember how big... Did you see the first Simpsons movie in theaters?
Yes.
Dude, Spider Pig and Harry Plopper was the first meme I would almost want to hire you.
Spider Pig was crazy.
Yo, you guys had to be there. You knew Zoomers.
You were either born before Spider Pig or after. You just had to be there.
Every dad in America was singing Spider Pig and thought they were the kings of comedy. It was awesome.
You've been watching Peacemaker?
I'm so glad I edit this podcast. I've watched the first half of episode 1 of season 2. So
okay.
no.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a very funny Fortnite thing. I won't spoil it.
Did you watch One Battle After Another yet?
No.
Then.
Welcome to our new segment. We each ask each other if we've seen something, and the response is no, and then we move on to the next thing.
There's so much no's. No, I've got something. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up soon. What are we doing tonight? Let's make plans.
Chicken.
We're gonna get chicken. We're gonna go get chicken at Popeyes. Okay. Anything else you want to
do? The challenges.
Oh, okay, the challenges.
I gotta touch a statue.
Well, you gotta hold hands
drink
with
a Sprite.
it. Yeah, and drink a Sprite for sure. We can do that. You gotta change a battery.
I don't know how to do that.
I know, you're gonna learn.
Oh, okay, I'm learning. I'm not teaching.
Yeah,
okay.
no, of course. No, my wife is teaching you how to change a battery.
I thought you're bringing me here to teach. To be like, I need you to show this woman how to work a car, but it's the opposite. She's gonna teach me.
Exactly, because I told her I told her the idea, and she goes, "You don't think Teal's ever changed a battery?" And I went, "It's either he's changed 1,000 batteries, or he didn't know cars ran on batteries. It's one of those two. There's no way it's in between. Either he's like, oh yeah, I work at my dad's mechanic shop on the weekends changing car batteries all the time." Have you done any maintenance yourself on your car before?
I once did the wires, like a jump.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
I helped a stranger jump their car once.
You have to. Now, did they have to walk you through jumping their
Yeah.
car? Yeah, I bet that's how you were just like, I've got the running car. You figure it
Yeah,
out.
I'm like,
for me.
I have the car.
Yeah.
You do the work.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that. That would be ideal. They just walk you through
I
it.
changed a tire once.
Yeah.
With my dad's supervision.
Of course, you've got to have it.
I'm gonna be honest. When my dad dies, I'm not gonna know how to do any shit.
Just come over anytime. Because I don't know either, but I've got a cool wife that understands cars. I will hold the flashlight. The only reason I exist as a man is so if my wife needs to go to O'Reilly's, I can stand next to her, because otherwise the men there assume that she doesn't have her default man. Because, I don't know if... we've never been a woman going to an auto parts store, but I've been in the car and seen her go in, and immediately there's 8 men swarming, trying to, backseat, and she's like, I know what I'm doing here. I don't need you to tell me. And so a lot of the time, or she'll just work on the car outside, and I'll just have to stand there and pretend like I'm working on it, because otherwise 3 neighbor men will come out of the woods. Be like, can I help you with that? No. I don't like that people keep saying we have a Patrick Star-ass background. I don't care for that. I didn't think about it when we chose the colors, but...
Now I can't unsee it, damn it!
Dude, if you look at our channel, especially, the background of every, podcast thumbnail, it just looks like Patrick Star's ass is fucking posted up back there. So, god damn it, we're gonna do... I'm worried we're going to get to a point in the podcast where we get 30 minutes into the podcast and we just start showing each other our TikTok-liked videos for the last 30 minutes of the pod. No, we're in an hour and a half. I got to cut out 15 minutes of us going and talking about Twitter bookmarks. So that'll be fine. I think that would be good. We might put up a little. No, we don't do decorations.
My job is making me dress up as Gru. And they're all dressing up as minions. So that's going to be one hell of a night. I work Halloween, so.
You are. Can you do a line reading from the movie? What's a classic Gru line?
Gorals! That's the only line I know.
So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this week of the What Are My Options podcast. If you want us to answer your questions next week, I forgot to shout it out. There is the What Are My Options hotline. That's treneedsmoney2015 @gmail.com. There is the subreddit What Are My Options pod, where you can post yourself doing the challenges. What are the challenges this week?
Clay, Stranger's Pet, Spicy.
Those are the 3 challenges this week. So share those. Please don't be too mean to strangers and their pets. I will do my best to do them this week. Get some points to the board. So thank you guys for watching. We're going to get out of here. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Rate us 5 stars on Spotify, please, and leave a comment and a like. Thank you. Goodbye. That's a noise. You sound like a dolphin distressed.
We gotta get these fairies out of the country!